Hey, hey, Chachi. Hey, sit. Sit. Hey. Well, welcome everybody. It's been about a week I haven't been around. I am just heading out into the studio. We got some nice flowers starting here. It's a beautiful day in the absolutely gorgeous Pacific Northwest city in Vancouver, British Columbia, and we're going to get at the old trophy today. And one more time for those that may not have watched other videos, I put a ball on a stick some years ago and I leaned it up against the fence over there. My neighbor, who is in his third season of playing Little League baseball, if he sees the ball popping up over the fence, that tells him that I am available to throw a ball back and forth. That's kind of a Tom Petty song. It's on a Tom Petty album that maybe a lot of people don't really know about. The song is called Down South, and that lyric right there was just, what did he say? Spanish moss down south, find the heroes of my childhood. They're not gonna do me no good. Carve their names in dogwood. And speaking of dogwood, you can see that little tree right in behind this glove here, and it is a dogwood, and it's starting to pop out. It's really beautiful when it does. I'll show you that when that happens. But yeah, that Tom Petty album right there, I've really liked it because it was kind of a solo album of his. He did it without his band. Mind you, he always makes fun of that. He always made fun of that. He said, when he did his solo projects, he always pulled in the same members of his band to play on it anyway. So it just turned out being the same thing almost. Yeah, it was about him going back. He's from Florida, and you know, a lot of the songs are about him going back and dealing with his childhood and things that he had issues with. And I remember in an interview one time, Tom Petty, he puts things quite simply, and that's why I always appreciated his work. You know, it kind of has profound meaning, but with, you know, simple lyrics oftentimes. But you know, I remember him saying one time, you know, what's that magic word there? And he's just like, oh yeah, forgiveness. And it made me think about the term forgiveness, because, you know, somebody does you wrong, You can live with it and be angry about it and stuff like that. Or you can choose to say, you know what, I'm going to forgive that person. You know, that doesn't mean you have to have these amazing close relationships or anything like that. But you can just like get on with it. Okay, listen, no problem, I'm getting over it, and then, you know, go your merry little way, and it just kind of releases something within you. You know, it's that's the power of that. So, I am with my glove here. It's been a while. I didn't feel good this week. I had a little bit of a cold, and I still went into work and pushed through it. But you know, it begs the question. You know, what do you do with a cold? Like, you know, you got a little cold. I remember, you know, back in the day, you'd have a little cold, and people just got on with it, and you know, you were expected to get a cold, you know, and that's just how an immune system works and stuff like that. So now, if you get a cold, are we supposed to announce it to the world and let everybody know that you got a little sniffle and, you know, stay away from me? And is this how we're going to operate, or are we just going to kind of, you know, turn into that sort of a society? I don't know. Call me old school, but you know, when I get a little cold, you just, you know, get on with life and deal with it, and you know, you're gonna get through it, and it's gonna, you know, it's not gonna kill you. So, I haven't been out in the studio. I did get the information I was looking for, some of it anyway, from the Hastings Little League, for whom this trophy is for. And one of the things I was looking for was what they want to call the tournament. So I gave a couple of options out there, and I always like to make sure. Right now I'm just looking for a pencil, and I can't find one. Create yourself answer. Yeah. So I'm going to label the tournament in this area right here. Boom, boom, right here. And we're going to be calling this, you know, the guy, the volunteer that used to coach Little League and put a lot of his time into the Hastings Little League. He passed away in the 80s, I think, but he was a longtime volunteer, and his name was Fred Ritchie. So I wanted to know if they wanted to call the tournament the Fred Ritchie Tournament. And then on a piece of paper there that they had given me, I saw that it was called just Fred Ritchie Invitational. And so I gave those options out, and they got back to me, and we will be calling it the Fred Ritchie Invitational. So we'll be using the word the, and I'm going to put it into this area here. And then I will continue to carve out the lines on the fingers of the gloves in between there. And then I'm just going to start working on some details. And they did get back to me. I was waiting for those of you that just this may be your first video. The baseball that goes in this trophy sits in like this. It rests on the bat, and when this trophy is presented to the eventual champion, the kids are able to slide it out, grab it here, and lift it like this. And all of the past champions I have been engraving into it, which I will fill those letters in with a black stain where you'll be able to read it. And I was waiting on a couple of more of the past winners. The list that they gave me was not complete, so they added some, I got some more winners to that, so I'll be doing a little bit of engraving today, and kind of getting my mind wrapped around my project again, because it's hard when you step away from something, then you just get back in. It takes a little bit of time to get back into it. So I think Tom Petty early on in this morning is going to help me along. It's warm here in Vancouver yesterday and today. I think we're supposed to get up to like 25 or something. I think right now I'm guesstimating 22 degrees or something like that. For all of you metric or people that are going with the Celsius, if you are in fact down in the grand old United States of America and you're using Fahrenheit, I think the formula is multiply the Celsius by 1.8 and add 32. So an easier way, just to kind of get a rough estimation of that, is to just double the Celsius and add 30. And I think that kind of gives you, so if we double 22, 44 and add 30, we're at 74 degrees Fahrenheit, that's my guess. And yeah, I'm gonna have a nice relaxing day here in the studio. A new king hides behind the throne, refusing to be crowned. It's actually the first time I caught that lyric. Okay, so 2019 I have the champion. In 2022, there was no tournament in 2020, 2021. I'm assuming that had something to do with COVID. Which, you know, having children playing baseball outside might have been a good thing during COVID, but you know how it went. Okay, so I'll put one right here. 2019. Trout Lake. And that's the hood I live in. They were the champs in 2019. Trout. Yeah. Okay, so 2019. And Trout Lake, if anybody, that's the park that's nearby where I live, where I walk my my little dog Cha-Cha almost every day. And it's a great park. It has, there's a little league, I think there's 3 ball diamonds there. And then 2022, I also have that one. And the champion in 2022 was South Vancouver. Okay. 2022 is South Vancouver. And this is a good place for me to get back into my trophy, get a couple of more engravings on. And with these 2 that I'm going to add, that means that I am now missing 2010, 2012, 2010, 2012, 2014, and 2015. those are the uncertainties. So hopefully they can get those to me. It would be really nice to have them all in there. So I'm going to do a little engraving, put those in, and then I'm going to start to carve out my, put the name on the trophy and start to work there. That's where I'm going to begin. Okay, those names are engraved. Now I'm going to just kind of start playing around with working into the glove part. Yeah, just kind of getting myself back into it after kind of a week away. I was overworking. My wife got back from Japan, so I had to do a little preparation there. And just kind of feeling under the weather. Little bit. Okay. The Fred Ritchie Invitational Trophy. I'm just giving myself some lines here. Yeah, today in the old city of Vancouver. Yesterday was also a very beautiful day. Blue sky, kind of feels like, you know, a summerish temperature, mid-20s. Everybody's walking around, shorts, t-shirts, whatnot. And when this happens in our city, in the spring, like the beach areas down in like all along the seawall and stuff, where there are some beaches. There's some beaches in the downtown area, and then if you cross some bridges into the more residential areas of Vancouver and go west, all along the water, there's several beaches. Kitts Beach, I was there the other day with my dog walking. I showed a little bit of video of that. And let me tell you, on a day like today, like the first kind of real beautiful weather we get, the place is really vibrant. There's a bunch of young people out getting some sun on their skin. And you know, over the past few years, speaking of sun on skin, and I'm just talking here, I don't, like, I'm just learning. Hey Kim, I'm just learning about this like everybody else, but you know, we've been taught to cover up and never let the sun touch your skin, etc., etc., etc. And you know, we're putting and there's lots of very intelligent people that are not agreeing with that advice. Americana, they have a much more nuanced vision of that, and the people that I've kind of tuned into and have been listening to are giving advice of let the sun touch as much skin as possible, and for as long as possible without burning. So it's important to know your skin and to move in and out of the sun throughout the beautiful sunny days without burning. And your body wants to absorb the vitamin D that the sun helps produce, that the sun provides. And you know, when we're looking at the COVID narrative, many countries that seemingly did well, like the evidence just keeps coming out about the importance of vitamin D for you know, for the well-being of us humans. And you know, we live in an area where we don't get the vitamin D for many months. And one of the things that I heard and somebody speaking that they said that kind of resonated was, they said, you know, there's no such thing as cold and flu season. There's only a such thing as vitamin D deficiency season. And you know, I've really changed my my attitude with the sun and looking into it, and just realizing how it's no secret that people that do look like they get a lot of sun in a healthy way, their skin, they look the best. And it just, you know, the proof is in the pudding. So and you just gotta some good advice that I heard along the way was, you know, like on a sunny day, if you are exposed, you know, let your body get the sun and then get into the shade when you feel yourself burning. And then when you're into the shade for a considerable amount of time, your body has a way of processing that, and then you can kind of step back into the sun, back into the shade, and kind of do that, know your limits, and then build up your skin. And you know, it's just amazing how our government or how our medical system, we're not really focusing on something as simple as vitamin D, which is what the sun provides, and the evidence is just overwhelming of how it helps with our health. So why are we not pushing that narrative? That's a question that a lot of intelligent people have been asking, and I'm one of the people that have been listening, and it makes sense to me just to be talking about preventative measures. Okay, so I got the Fred Ritchie, and I'm just going to write invitational across here, and I'm going to start to chisel out some letters. Yeah. So I have got most of this. Can you kind of see? It's hard to see. You know, it kind of blends in the same colors, but these are all engraved up here. And of course I'm going to be staining those a little bit darker. And I've just got a couple left to do, and I've just been using this little chisel. I think I showed you before, and it just has like a little bit of a rounded edge. What do we call that? Concave. I got a couple of letters here to finish, And then that's another little task. I'm going to start to get, you know, it's going to be kind of finishing touches on some stuff. I just got a call from my good friend on my ball team, and he was looking to throw a ball, which is great. And I'm going to go over and meet him because I am looking to throw. Like, my ball season starts on Tuesday, and although I won't be relied upon to pitch very many innings, I still have to be available for emergency use. That's kind of my role these days, due to a bad knee and just not being in very good physical state to compete as much as I would like to. But when I step in to do the odd inning, I kind of try to get through them best I can. And it's just good to go over into the sunshine and meet with a friend and have a conversation and throw a ball back and forth, and it'll be great. Okay, the Fred Ritchie Invitational is coming. I'm almost done. There's the L. Yeah, see ya. There goes the family. All loaded up. I think they're originally from Fiji. Or they have Fijian roots. Is that how you say that? Fijian? I think so. Which is cool. Okay. The Fred Ritchie Invitational. We'll go right across there. It'll be all nice and colored once the ball's in and everything. She's starting to take shape, folks. So I'm just back from the throw with my friend. It felt okay. I got that all carved in. You can see the fingers. You know, I really didn't do too much today. I was kind of, to be honest with you, I'm still not feeling the best. So I did a little bit of a cleanup in here today, and you know, I'm gonna do some stuff in here tomorrow. Hopefully I get a lot more done. So I'm gonna lock her up for the night and go in and watch some hockey and try to get some rest. I'm still not feeling the greatest. Oh, you never had a chance, did you, babe? So good looking, so pretty, let's see, that you can't see.